Today, we have a very interesting video about the outcome of your work and the importance of understanding the variables and the factors outside of just keyframing, making curves, and making stuff look pretty. I think a lot of designers don't realize that there has to be a business need for a motion designer, graphic designer, whatever it is you do, whatever field you're in of the creative sector. And understanding those factors will make you a better designer, will help your mental health. It will also allow you to sell yourself better as a motion designer. So without further ado, let's get started. If you are a motion designer that has worked in an agency or maybe, a corporate environment, you might be in a meeting with 20 people or 10 people or 5 people and you're like, why are they all here? I've been there. I know what it's like. People in our sector struggle to know why they're there. And I'm going to tell you why. And why it is important to actually be on board and understand their role. Understanding their role will make your life easier. As a younger designer, I didn't understand the importance of metrics, marketing, campaign strategy. What we do is just a piece of the puzzle. Let's look at an example to start with. Nike goes to an agency and they want a campaign for a particular shoe. All we think as motion designers is like, I get to make an amazing shoe ad. We're not thinking outside the box. I absolutely have no issue with you thinking, I'm going to make an amazing shoe ad. We all think that initially, and it's important to have that fun and passion in the work we do. Although things start to get tricky as you get further into the workload, because maybe you're not understanding why there is a campaign manager and a strategist in the meeting every time you're there and they have an opinion. What is happening is Nike is going to this agency and you are not the only person making an ad for Nike on that strategy. There is display ads, digital display ads. There is a radio campaign. There is a TV campaign. There is social media ads. And there are designers, artists, voiceover artists, all working on this one campaign. There are people within this agency that have to coordinate all those people making those assets. Sounds a bit crazy, right? So the worst thing you can be is difficult in this scenario, because they're probably going to have to talk to another difficult designer who is frustrated with the process and it's chaotic. Strategy is essentially understanding what the client needs and trying to execute that need. And that need could be anything from just doing something that wows the customer, or you need click-throughs, so you need the ad to have click-throughs so they buy that particular shoe in the campaign, so they make a return on their investment. This kind of opens your eyes to understanding the context of the work that you're making. If you understand the client's need, you can understand how to make something better suited for that client's need. If you know that Nike just wants something that people click on to buy a shoe, you know that maybe it needs to be a little bit more text heavy to goad people into clicking that link. If you know that Nike just want to do something beautiful to wow their customer base and community, you don't need to have text on the ad to sell it more. You just need to make something pretty and beautiful. And these are the defining factors in understanding the outcomes and goals of the work that you make. It also forces you to be empathetic with the client's needs. And you don't necessarily have to be empathetic with Nike, they make a lot of money, but it forces you to be empathetic with the people surrounding you in this campaign. It forces you to maybe use people and leverage people to make better work, or to make work that they're proud of and you're proud of. And it doesn't always have to be visually beautiful to hit the goals and outcomes of a project. You could just have text, visuals, and people will buy it. What we do is to help companies make more money through advertising their products, and not all the assets that we make need to be high AAA quality work. Sometimes they just want to sell stuff, or they just want comments, or they want engagement, or they want people to learn from a video. A tech company is trying to do an educational kind of video to their consumers to teach them about the product, but also interest them to click through to the product. That's a complex need. How do you balance a beautiful ad with some educational content? And understanding what the purpose of the content is vital to making that content tick all the boxes. I have done interesting projects in the past where it's been a B2B pitch. So a company is basically pitching to other B2B companies to come invest in their product. And once you understand that need, you become less resentful of making something that you don't want. You just realize there's a need and you fill it as you're taking the emotion out of it. And that makes it better for your mental health. How many projects have you been just flustered at because you're not allowed to make the thing you want? And rightly so. They are paying hundreds of thousands of pounds for this campaign. They don't want to kind of fund your artistic vision. Just be aware of these things and they will make your life easier. And if you ask those questions in meetings or in a prelim interview of a client project, what's your goals and outcomes of the project? People love that because they will, even if they don't know the answers then and there, they'll go away and think about it and they're like, this person is thinking outside of just pushing keyframes. And I think by understanding these things will help you make better work. Not necessarily visually stunning work, but better work for your purpose, for your need for the client or the employer. And I definitely think by going into different environments in our industry, so working in-house, working at a marketing agency, working at a creative agency, working for a tech company, working, for a studio, working in these different sectors, you'll start to pick up on these things. What do you think of this video? Have you found it helpful? Have you found this thing in the past where you were like, why are there 20 people in this meeting? I don't know what they do. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching and goodbye.